and that sucks. Now, I think, pro tip for the ladies, I think the best way to protect yourself if you're about to get back into a new situation, new relationship that's a marriage, is estate planning. Lock all your shit up into an estate. So if homeboy ever comes back for you, you're like, oh, I don't own anything, boo boo. It's all over there under Kim of the Natural Diva, estate, whatever. And he can't touch it. And that way you don't come in like, can you sign this prenup? But it's like, oh baby, I'm all yours, but my shit ain't because it's over there. Like you want it. I feel like that's the key to separating and not making it so transactional and not worrying about it because it's locked the fuck up and you can just focus on love. Love.
But then once the lawyers start getting involved, it becomes almost oppositional because once you're getting a lawyer involved,
In the beginning.
yeah, usually there's going to be some conflict there because they thrive on that. The
Yep,
lawyers do.
they
So,
do.
so that's the part that I would like,
Hmm.
but but
Now, are you
I wouldn't get married to anyone if I didn't have, absolute like trust in them or,
right?
had some kind of proof after years and years and years and years.
Right.
Um, I wouldn't even put myself in that position. I would probably just even have a relationship to where, our lives are not completely commingled. We're just
Right.
dating,
Exactly.
but
So could you just be like a partner, a life partner?
absolutely.
Okay. I feel like that's favorable these
I
days.
I I, I would prefer that.
Oh,
But
okay. Well, y'all heard it here
my
first if
my
you're
goal,
interested.
well, see, my goal is always a healthy relationship, whether that includes marriage or not. It doesn't matter, but a healthy relationship, it doesn't matter whether you have a piece of paper. Well, it does matter legally. You know what I'm saying. But
It
for
does.
me, it's not of great importance if I have a great relationship with someone that, I love and trust and adds to my life, adds a sense of joy to my life. Um, yeah, I don't have to be married.
Okay. All right. Well, that's healthy. So now, are you finding that you prefer men that are also divorced who have been through marriage, or do you prefer men who are single? Now, at this age, it's hard to find a guy that hasn't been married, but what's your preference?
That's what I was just about to say. At 53, at 53, if I meet a man that's never been married and doesn't have children, that's a little red flag for me. A little red. Yes, yes. That's a little red flaggy for me. I'm not, it's like, it took you 25, 30 years to finally find, I'm not that special. Okay. If you haven't found any woman in maybe 30 years of being out there, it ain't me either.
Right. Or maybe he's been locked up? No.
That's a definite no.
What are your no's? What are your definite no's? So you're talking about the guy's probably going to be married. What are your immediate hell no's? This is not going to work out. Obviously, being locked up for the last 25 years, which is probably why he hadn't been married. But what else are you like, absolutely, this is not going to work for me?
Extensive criminal background.
Okay,
Probably
that's it. Okay, so if you
probably
smoke weed and get arrested, that's okay.
white collar crime. I can make
Okay,
the other. No, no, I'm just kidding.
wire
Um,
fraud, that's fair. With that.
Bouncing checks.
Okay, so extensive criminal activity. Okay, so what else?
Um, like definite no's,
Well, we already
liars.
talked about it.
I
Say
mean, the
again.
obvious liars, cheaters,
Right.
thieves.
Small penises. Let's
Cheaters.
be honest.
But I prefer a man who's kind of laid back and not, full of nervous energy.
Right.
And I like intelligent men. I like men that I
Mm.
can have deep conversations with. Um, I kind of like strong men, uh, manly men.
Manly men. I know. You like a little something to
I,
them.
yeah, I like manly men that are, assertive, but not rude, not arrogant. but
Right.
sure of themselves and confident. Um, and just somebody that's fun.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
All right, so let's say you have all of that and you get all of that, but the package is lacking. Is it a deal breaker for you?
Wait, which package?
The preferably penis package.
The penis package.
Mm. You got everything you wanted, but the package is lacking.
Um, well, I think another thing that I forgot to say.
So let's say you talked about all of that. Strong, masculine man, aggressive but kind, respectful. You get everything you want, but the package is lacking. Is that a deal breaker or not?
Yeah, that's a deal breaker.
Damn, you gonna let Mr. Right go? Oh, because the penis is wrong though, huh?
Well, you
Mm.
have to have, levels of compatibility. And sexual compatibility is very important for, keeping the intimacy going and, feeling close to that person. As well as a way that you guys can pleasure each other. So if that's not going to be an important part of the relationship, then I just think it would be lacking. Really.
You were like, I would be cheating on him, and so what's the point?
Well, yeah. Not a cheating kind of person, but I would be extremely dissatisfied. So you
Right.
have to be compatible on, the sexual level, even the personality, has to be compatible as well. If I want to be in the club every night and he wants to be home reading a book every night, then that we're gonna clash.
Literally.
Right. Yeah, we're gonna clash eventually, right? Because we're gonna start resenting each other that that's a part of our lives that they cannot participate in. So, and then financially, you have to be compatible. If he's a waster or he's a saver and I'm a, shopaholic, then again, that invites conflict into the relationship. And so those levels of compatibility have to kind of add up. Now, you're never going to get somebody that's perfect,
Right.
but you know
Right.
20%,
Is what you have to be willing to give up, right? So we're taking the
20% of their
80.
personality is not to my liking, but I can live with it. Yeah, I'm okay. I can compromise on that.
Okay. All right. So those are the biggest things. Now, one of the things I've been hearing lately in this world of dating after divorce is people feel like if you've been married for 10 plus years, that you don't have experience and you just been sitting at home crocheting booties and shit. And you're like,
Well, all the studies show that married couples actually have more sex than single people.
boom. Come on,
Married
studies.
couples have an average of twice a week. Now, when you're single, you might be dating a few people, off of online dating, and so you got to kind of build up to that.
Hmm.
Married couples are having it regularly, like, they're right there all the time.
Literally every
So,
night
so
or
so
day.
yeah, I think yeah.
Okay, so that's wrong. So listen, I'm because I've come across a lot of guys like, oh, well, you've been married for so long. I'm like, man, nigga, don't trip. Like, I ain't been swinging off chandeliers and shit. Like, especially because I think that married couples have to get spicier because over time you getting bored. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like we getting real spicy out here because we're coming up with things that we've been there, done that. So after 10, 15, 20 years, you're like, okay, well, have did we use the hot sauce last time or what we gonna do? It's gotta get spicy.
Be intimidated by that, by saying, well, you were married for 20 years. That intimidates me because my longest relationship has been 2 years. So and then the guys that are just out there trying to play, they're like, oh no, she's too serious for me. So they'll kind of eliminate themselves. Because they know that if you were married for that long, I mean, you know